Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel with a new Let's Play project, Planet of Lana. And yeah, what can I say? Actually nothing, because you know, that is one of those games, something like that happens very rarely, s- at least for me, when I decide to play a game or consume any type of media. At least at some point before you first get your hands on that on something like seeing a movie, watching a movie, playing a game, or kind of reading a book, whatever. At least there is a moment where you would get aware of it, and then at least before actually consuming the media, consume the media, you would at least know a little bit of it. But in this case, I don't know anything about this game at all. To I mean, I didn't know that this game exists in the first place if not a colleague of mine would uh, recommended it to me. So it was completely off my scope. I never heard of it before. I never saw any kind of teaser or trailer or even a picture. No single information. I don't know who's behind this game, and it just but because the said colleague has a good taste, or a taste very similar to my own, I trust him and his experience. He played the game, and he spoke in high regards of it. Um, and yeah, that is because of that, I just thought, yeah, why not give it a try, give it a shot. I will do this completely. I do this completely blind. There's really no way I know anything about this game. I just installed it. I bought it on Steam because it was on sale, and I installed it. And of course, I started it once yesterday when I set everything up for today. I mean, I had to start it to be able to capture the screen in OBS Studio, but I was only in the starting screen in the settings. I didn't watch anything else. And the first thing that struck me was the music. Um, it is very beautiful, and also the imagery, the artistic approach to that game, the art style, how this only the starting screen. We will jump right into it in a moment. So yeah, just to have that to get that out of the way. I don't know what will await us here, but I'm very, very curious. This is one of the rare moments, because the other games, more or less on my pile of shame or bucket list, are games that I actually know. I know they are out there, and I have an idea of what those games are. So this is one of the very, very few games that I've like in randomly stumbled over. And yeah, if you look at the review score of that game on the critics, it should be a very interesting, fun, and good experience. Yeah, and I'm also yeah, think that now and then you should like broaden or widen your horizon and do something that you maybe wouldn't do normally, just to, because you never know, maybe it is exactly what you was looking for. So let's get right to it and jump into the game, and yeah, let's have fun. Oh yeah, and one thing, this game is played with a controller. I mean, it's recommended playing it with a controller, and I will do that. Which means I don't, there it is, I don't, or gamepad, I don't speak a lot, similar to Celeste. Wait a moment, I have to adjust the controller. Okay, I think we're more or less good to go. As always, I go in the settings first to show you what awaits us there. Yeah, I didn't change anything, to be honest. Despite the graphics, I set it to ultra. It was on high when I started the game. Let's see if my setting, my computer is, yeah, can handle that. We will see. So there are no subtitles, I don't know, because here in the accessibility option, it is not part or is not shown, so I don't know, we will see. So yeah, I mean, please enjoy. Oh yeah, and apparently there's no difficulty. I mean, I like the piano as an instrument, and also
Lana! Ilo! Ibaki! Narameo! Olaiki!
oh right, okay, I like it. It's one of the games. I don't know. It is set in English, but you can hear it right off the bat. They are speaking in more or less fantasy language. It's a kind of similar approach to Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. They don't. Both of them are. They have language in it, but it is nothing that is put into the foreground as a vehicle of transporting meaning. So the visuals speak for themselves. The music is fantastic. And I didn't mix the game because I didn't play it yet. So let me know in the comments or later on YouTube or now in the stream if the amount of the volume of the game is good enough or balanced in terms of me speaking over it. Okay, with A we can jump. And with both shoulder buttons on the left side we can crouch. Nice, 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 nice. I like this. I like it.
Olai, Lana. Ilo ima. Nara meo.
So funny side story here.
Olai.
No, maybe I come up with this a little bit later.
Ezra. Maranue.
Okay, she's climbing herself up this this walls or whatever they are supposed to be. So I just have to jump and she will do the rest. And you can see it already in the background. We are supposedly on not on Earth, because that in the background there, the planet or what it is, or moon, it is enormous. So it is, yeah. Maybe as the title suggests, more or less a sci-fi adventure. 2D Jumbotron platform or whatever. We will see. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Spanish or Italian. Just by the melody of the words they are saying. Okay, for a moment I thought we could swim in any direction, but I can just swim to the right or to the left. It is really a 2D up to this point, at least in terms of movement. and it reminds me a little bit Heart of Darkness. If you ever played this game, it's really old. Or like Commander Keen. Because in both games you're a child who yeah, to put it in simple words, who flies with a spacecraft through to another planet and experience adventures there. It is really like probing into that uncertainty and that vast and dark and unknown territory that space holds. And of course they would also end up on a planet which is not only, I don't know, rock and sand and like the moon, for example, but it is very interesting, this mix of sci-fi elements with fantasy and kind of child, how do I say that, like this innocent approach of exploring things and experiencing something for the first time in your life, like you would be like a child would. So everything is new, everything is exciting, and you don't know if you have to find out everything for yourself. I really like this. Okay, we messed up here. Oh, okay, so I have to press upwards the stick up in order to make her climb up. Yeah, makes sense. I have no idea how long this game is, or how short it is. If you think of Journey, for example, which was really short, it does not matter. Man, that looks so fantastic. The woods beginning, or the forest. If we walk into, it's so well made. The color setting, the lighting can feel it's getting evening. It has that warm colors to it. The setting completely changed. Of course, the music stopped, and the noises of the people in the background also. But this is really that's really fantastic. It feels very natural. And now I wish spring would come back sooner. played myself like this when I was a child. I mean, I was very fortunate growing up in a place where nature like this is exists and can exploit. And as a child, this is something very great. I mean, that is the possibilities of exploring and doing stuff together, experiencing like adventures, and yeah, that is just it's just amazing.
Ilo?
I mean, even they not talking, and only by the iconographic, I would assume they are brother and sister, and their parents died. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but this is just the first thing that came into my mind.
Ilo!
So you can tell a story without text and like voice. You don't need this. And of course, it is much harder to do that. But of course, you could do a counter argument. It is also hard if you have to incorporate all that different means of telling a story. If you have to write text, if you have to do voice, you have to do it in good. You have to do it well. Yeah, of course, this applies here too. So up to the point, it's more or less up to your own imagination, or suggest, or what this could mean. So now it's getting nightfall, and it's getting darker. Wind has a little wind has risen, and I could hear in the background some aircraft like noise, or like something of a rocket. Like something like you can see that in the background. See, there's something going on in the sky. Either that are meteorites, or I don't know, spacecrafts. We'll see. Okay, there are definitely not meteorites. The controller is shaking.
Ilo? Lana! Oh, that reminds me a little bit of the movie, or the book. How is it called? War Between Worlds in English? I don't know. Ilo!
Suddenly, everything changed. least now she has a motive, like a reason to go on a journey. Shit. I mean, you can't jump right on the other one. You can't climb. Get to the point. Which taken or oh, there it is. I don't like spiders. I mean, I don't hate them, but I'm afraid of them. So anything that gets similar to it has a similarity of being a spider, like those things, for example, creeps me out. So maybe that's a good talking a little bit about the movement in the game, about the controls and how they feel when you jump and run and climb. They have kinda. They are not. Maybe they are precise, but the movements they don't happen at the spot. So there is a little bit of delay. It feels a little bit like you would play in slow-mo, but not that much exaggerated, of course, but a little bit. It is not an instant and immediate response that you get of that figure when you press a button, when you press in one direction. It is a little bit slow paced or slower paced. So that is maybe something, well, and I totally understand it, that not all people like this kind of movement. If you ever played, for example, Dead Space 1, or like Dark Souls, you know what I mean. There is no direct response to what are you doing. There is, of course, a direct response, but it is, the animation is like you can feel the mass that is being moved. It is not an instant movement, like snapping or an arm forward or something, because it has mass. It has a certain mass. You can't just accelerate from 0 to 100% maximum speed without time being. I mean, you have to accelerate if you want to move mass. It does not happen right at the spot, and this is this holds true for this game as well. So and there is no button for I don't know, running extra fast, or so it is what it is. And those games, those kind of games, there are a reason for that, and I can see it. I mean, this is nothing like Celeste, for example, that we played before. So it slows you down. The game slows you down in everything you're doing, but in a good way. It feels much more realistic, much more natural when you move around. And yeah, it is also, it reminds you are not you have to be aware of what you're doing more. Yeah, let's see how this turns out. And until now, the game is pretty. The mechanics are pretty basic. They are pretty minimalistic. You can walk or run, whatever you will call it, in one direction, and maybe running, yeah, jogging, and you can jump and you can hold or grab, climb on something, and nothing more. And I'm a fan of games who does not offer a million ways of, I don't know, moving your character around, doing stuff with that. It's of course very appreciated if a game does that well, but I'm more a fan of minimalistic things when it comes to movement. Of course, they have to be good, the inputs. And now for the first time, I think, oh, I can actually walk when I press slightly forward the stick. I think it is called Planet of Lana because now she's alone on this planet. It could be, maybe, I don't know. Only by hearing the title, I automatically assumed at some point she would climb into a spacecraft and fly to another planet. Maybe this is not happening. This game is something completely different than what I thought at first. I can't go slower. This is faster.
Hilo.
Well, she practically lost everyone. That is like a punch in the stomach. This opening. Oh man. Let's get moving.
Ila?
I mean, she's still a child, I suppose. So, and now she has to survive on her own in the wilderness. But you can hear the barking of a dog in the background or something like that.
Ila! Ila!
This sounds a little bit like, looks a little bit like pig is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. Like a boar, wild pig. I'm lacking the term for it. So the transition here from one screen to another is quite interesting. I mean, this game also works kind of in screens like Celeste, but you saw it yourself. The screen was widened because the camera zoomed out to maybe made it a little bit more dramatic, because you never know, maybe the animal will turn around and before you reach the end of the screen, so you thought you would be safe, but then the camera zooms out and you actually realized how the screen is bigger than you thought at first. But still, we are now in a new screen. That bar over there is no threat anymore. But at the same time, the transition between those two screens were pretty smooth, like almost seamless. And I assume that the game will automatically save between at the transitioning from one to another screen. We don't have any hut. We don't have any I don't know, lives. If we die, we start all over again, like Celeste. This very minimalistic game design. To be honest, I like this more than the straight opposite, like half of the screen being blocked by a super overpacked hut, and everything everywhere is blinking something. You get text information, minimap, and I don't know. I mean, for some games, don't get me wrong, this is necessary, but if it is not a necessity, get rid of that. Get rid of everything that you don't need. That's my opinion. And in the game now, I see it on full screen. And it's only the game and nothing else. This is which blocks the sight of the game, and actually holds no valuable information whatsoever. So I can enjoy the game as watching a movie. The same way, there is nothing in the way of that experience in me. Not in the way in between is maybe the more proper word. Let's see what this slide does. Some kind of textures look a little bit too clean though. For example, those wooden constructs are very like, for example, the clouds in the background. They look painted. It is kinda a contrast between those two elements, the elements that look painted and the ones that you clearly can see are both of them are not painted, but you know what I mean. They are clearly look like textures, like more artificial. But it's nothing. It gets not to the point where I would be annoyed by it or irritated. It blends in well enough for me. Okay, so this game is not all... It's also about puzzling a little bit. Here, I like it.
Ilo! Dia!
Okay. Ooh. This is like a puzzle or what? Like a secret? Is that technology from our planet? I mean, or is that alien technology that the intruders brought with them to capture life forms?
Die! Imahana!
I'm honestly not sure what to do here.
Ima. Imaki. Yay.
That looks very cool. And me saying that, I mean a lot of things, but I can't express all of them in English, so... But the side of that screen... Yeah, I like it a lot. This don't look generic at all. Okay, so those two places are part of the invasion. I mean, I guess so, but it's not sure entirely. So we need to get to the mechanism without that thing seeing us. Jesus Christ, I didn't expect the game to be like this. It was super intense. thought for once we maybe played a lovey-dovey 2D adventure up jump and run. Not like a dystopic sci-fi title which tracks us even more down into darkness. Let's see. Maybe this is just the beginning of the game. Okay, or no, maybe not. Oh, bro.
Lana! Ilo?
Oh, that's a dream, maybe. Wait, can we go from the right? We can't. Okay.
Lana! Ilo! Olay! Ilo! Imaki! Olay, Lana!
Even if I don't understand what they are saying, it felt like, come here, and she replied with, yeah, I come, or I want it.
Lana! Ilo!
She not died and just yeah, she's just sleeping. Jesus. She is traumatized
Yalan na.
for sure by now.
Muhi koku. Mui. Chai mui. Ona la na.
So she's Lana and he or it is Mui.
Meno. Pamalutiga mui. Olay. Ilo.
Or I call you Mui or something, I guess. Oh, that's very nice. We can head pad it. I like that. Let's see what the controls for on the control. It is like it's not a monkey, but it is also not a cat or a dog, or it is something in between. It has I mean, some characteristics of both, I guess. Yeah, it's something. I don't know, something different. No, at least she's not alone anymore. Okay, what is that? It's so funny how effortlessly um, that creature can jump really far distance and heights. And it almost looks a little bit comical when it is doing that.
Ima. Olaj. Olaj mój. Ima. Ima. Olaj mój.
It was so cute when it like prepared jumping to a higher ground. It's almost like the behavior cats would do. They estimate and prepare for the jump and go really deep to be able to jump high. That's really that's nice. I mean, those kind of small details in games are so worth it.
Ima. Olaj.
Oh yeah, it is small enough. It can go just to the right because yeah.
Ima.
Oh, what's this? A moving stone. Or an animated one.
Ima mój. Ima. Ima.
Do I miss something?
Ima.
Maybe there's no connection between those two sites yet.
Ima. Olaj.
Never
Yay.
mind, I pressed the wrong button. I should have pressed and hold B, not just press it shortly, because that's the command for Mui being, yeah, that it should be staying where it is. And wait.
Tamaki. Kialo.
Okay, now, so we have to actually command it doing stuff it has, it was doing before on its own. So this is kinda to bring in more complexity. And of course, all of that is just a tutorial. Up to this point, the game is still in a prologue, I think.
Ima. Ilo.
I'm sorry. That was not intended.
Tamaki Mui.
Like the environment being part of the objects that you can manipulate in that way is quite, I didn't saw that in any game before. Like in like unanimated objects as rocks, like here for example, and still they are underneath that rock. I don't know how it is. then lifts something and it moves the rock along with it. So, and by that, this object is now, attains a new set of qualities. And of course, we, in this case, in this very simple example here, we used it as a stepping stone, so to speak, for getting to a higher ground. It's really cool. It does not feel. It makes the world much more. With that small trick, the world feels much more alive, like much more habited, and not just lifeless, or like I don't know. You have the feeling that this world is actually breathing. So, with all that movement and sounds going on here, and vegetation, it's very and this is very minimalistic though, all of it. But in the sum, those little things, they add up and they are harmonized, or like in a good way. They balance. It's balanced out very well. That part of the game, I would say. So you don't get the impression playing on a dead world. It is very like you are having the impression that you're actually being in a wilderness somewhere on a strange and dangerous unknown planet, and you have to survive somehow. But of course, all of it is more. I mean, the game is not. I would say not exactly child friendly, but still it is on a level where I would say maybe for youth, or it's not super. I don't know. It don't has explicit scenes of someone getting hurt or being killed or something like that. But still, you have the feeling of a danger that lingers behind every corner. Not only because of the robot things or aliens that invaded the world, but also the world itself feels not exactly safe. So we have to be very cautious here. And the effect is being is being
Olai.
is more pronounced because of exactly such things like a rock that suddenly moves. I mean, when did you come across something like that? So there's a constant awareness of you maybe stumbling into something unknown that potentially could be dangerous, and that keeps you on the tip of your toes. Because we don't know how this world works yet fully, and we don't know what potential dangers it holds, especially in the wilderness.
Qui alors?
That was cute, a little bite.
Olai.
We can't free it actually. Shit. Would like to do that.
Come aqui. Olai, muy. Kialo. Olai. Olai, muy. Olai. Vamos aqui. Kialo. Olai.
Okay, at least the aliens are somewhat nature friendly. They use solar energy. No, maybe they are not, but it is funny.
Vamos aqui. Ima. Vamos aqui. Kialo. Olay.
Hey, no, she's whispering because, yeah, she can go out around enemies. It's a subtle detail, but I like it. And yeah, also it's not like Metrovania. It's consistently the game is consistently scrolling. I mean, you're going from left to right. We have there's rarely the case where we would have to go back to the left and do something to get the game is more or less running from left to right with no back like with no back tracing or going back again completely in the other direction because we haven't have not yet the ability or lacking any objects to do stuff on the left side. So this I'm interested, or I'm not interested. I'm curious if this at some point changes. If we are still more or less in the tutorial, and there are more game mechanics that get introduced. So let's see. I can't play. I can play for another 15 minutes, I guess. But man, this time flies here in that game.
Olay.
Oh, this is one of the things maybe we saw flying in the sky at the beginning of the game. Reminds me a little bit of Dragon Ball when the Saiyajins landed on the planet with their capsules. Sorry, I had to rearrange the microphone a little bit.
Ima. Olay muy.
I don't know, black creatures, that small black creatures here, and the funny things that the objects do, like the rocks moving around. It has like it has something a little bit of the movies from Miyazaki Hayao, the famous the famous the head of the studio Ghibli was doing that great animation movies. For example, like Totoro or like Mononoke. It has kind of, it reminds me a little bit of it.
Ima? Olai. Ima.
Okay, that was not the. Oh, that was actually unexpected. Sorry, I didn't know that thing actually is like doing stuff like this. What the hell? And the coloring of the objects that are actually of relevance, like ourselves and Mui and the robots, the aliens, they are in. They use very. They use colors with a very that are very dark or light, and a strong contrast, like and also there's a distinctive color. For example, the aliens, they are have that blue lights, and of course they have other materials. They are made out of metal and not of wood, so they are more on that level to stand in a stark contrast to the world here. So they are artificial. They are not. They are nothing that belongs here. You can see that immediately. It's very interesting how this works on a more subtle level, or maybe in more unconscious level. You just and of course here the color yellow is the code for an object, and that can be manipulated in any way. So it's it is it's not it is not something that is punched in your face. It is something very subtle here, but still it is recognizable, and it works very well. It blends in with the rest of the game. Colors, they feel a little bit washed out, a little bit like you would paint them with that water color, or I don't know what it is called in English.
Ima. Olaj.
Okay, I think that is and has nothing to do with timing in the sense that we are running around here. I think it is more a thing like we have to command more doing this thing, so let's see.
Vamos aqui. Vamos aqui.
That don't work.
Vamos aqui, Mui.
Okay. Interesting. What can we do here?
Ima. Olaj. Ima.
Hey, that is the key. I didn't know that. So the rock or the thing that lives underneath it actually does not react to us, but to Moi. Maybe because we are not a potential prey for it. We are too big to be eaten. I don't know. So yeah, of course that is the solution for the riddle here, or the puzzle, not the riddle, I guess.
Olay muy. Olay. Olay. Ima. Olay muy.
Yeah, and I think this is a good place to end the stream for today. Let me go back into the chatting mode. I really like this game a lot already. It is not at all nothing. I mean, I didn't expect that. Nothing of it. But I'm very glad that I started this let's play, or that playthrough, first playthrough, and I can't wait continuing. Of course, tomorrow is Friday, which means we are playing Paul Revolution, which is also a fantastic game that I'm very fond of. So, but for now, yeah, let's wrap this up, and I hope you had a good one. You enjoyed the first episode of that lovely game. It is a shame that it has so less views on Twitch, so less active viewers. But I don't know. Maybe it went under the radar of many people because I didn't heard of that game at all. Which is maybe not like the benchmark, but you know what I want to say. It's not something that was all over the place in any commercial that you could possibly comprehend, and it is something like more an hidden gem. I suppose it is that way. So I'm very happy this was recommended to me, and I will continue playing that game, of course. So yeah, stay tuned for more. Next week, Tuesday. Tomorrow will be, as I said, Portal, and then on Monday we will be continuing with Baldur's Gate 3. Until then, yeah, have a good one, stay safe as always, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.